So my advice to 2 PDs. So 2 PD year in our curriculum is when you finally start to get into the nitty-gritty about drugs. And so whatever you use to memorize, that's gonna be your life for this year and next year and probably the year after that. So bust out them flashcards. If you use Microsoft Surface or Notepad notes or whatever, bust those out. Get out your Quizlets, because whatever works for you to memorize things, you're gonna need that. That leads me to, so what do you need for exams? So this piece of advice changed the course of my grades. My big Alyssa is a genius, and when I asked her, what she does to study, how she studies, it really lit a light bulb on my head, and I wish I would have asked her sooner. So basically, when you're learning about the drugs, yeah, patho and stuff is important, and they do put emphasis on that in the course, but learn your side effects, contraindications, and unique traits of the drug. And it's easier said than done because, the professors give you a lot of fluffy things, which is important for real-world application, of course, but for the exams, side effects, contraindications, and unique traits. Because the questions are they're trying to get you to pick the right drug. So the questions, yes, it's a big old paragraph with a patient's stem, and they're gonna kind of give you clues. Maybe there's a certain side effect of drug that the patient can't tolerate, or maybe this patient has a contraindication to 2 of the drugs out of the 4. So things like that will help you be able to narrow down the answers to the questions and get you the correct answer and a good exam grade and a good GPA. So, gotcha. Just kind of like a side note, remember the guidelines. Some 4 PDs were saying that their preceptors were looking for them to cite guidelines and things like that. So even though you're not responsible for that on the test, you're going to be responsible for that in the real world. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. Another piece of advice, if you didn't get involved by now, go do something. It's as easy as joining a club, signing up for a screening, going to an organization's meeting, emailing a professor to ask you about research or something you can do. That's literally it. And in 2 PD year, you need to be on top of that, so your CV has something else to put on there besides you got your intern license. So last piece of advice, and this may be kind of insert word here, but it's 2 PD year. The newness of 1 PD year has gone, and I really think it's time for you to try to get your stuff together by now. You know what I mean? So, looking at your CV and seeing what you have on it, making sure you have good, relevant things to have on there to talk about if you should need to. Start thinking about what you might want to do with your degree, where you see yourself going, what you see yourself doing with your life and with your PharmD. And then the organizations and the things that you do could help to point you in that direction. So 2 PD year is still a good year to experiment and try new things and all that. But for some of the people, you might start to know what you're more inclined to do, what you're feeling. And so make sure you're kind of joining the orgs that's in that path, or shadowing people in that path, or, things of that nature. So that way, you can start to get real working experiences and things like that on your CV, and it'll make you look good, it'll make you feel good, and it'll really start to give you some direction, so you're not just going through the motions, going to class, answering questions, passing tests. This is going to be your life, this is your degree, and it's time to start getting serious about what you want to do with it. So that's my advice to 2 PDs. This is a pretty general video. I tried to make it, but I really enjoyed 2 PD year and looking forward to what 3 PD year has in store. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and let me know if you have any questions down below in the comments.